Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson 46. My name is Professor Robert. In today's lesson, we will simplify rational expressions. Right, now let's get right into it. Simplification, simplification of rational expressions. Let's look at example number 1. X squared minus 9 divided by x squared minus 3x. Now we need to first simplify each part of our expression. This is a rational expression. So when you look at it very closely, the top is a difference of squares. And we know that if we have a difference of squares, then you can develop two parentheses. And then we begin distributing the expression in these parentheses. So we have x squared. So in each parenthesis, we must have an x to eventually give us x squared. And it's minus 9. So in the first parenthesis, we must have a positive, and in another set of parentheses, we must have a negative. So we look for a number which, when multiplied by itself, gives us back 9. And that number seems to be 3. So we have 3 there and 3 there. Indeed, when we try to multiply out x by x, will give us x squared. X times minus 3 will give us minus 3x. Then 3x times x will give us positive 3x. So the two will cancel out. And eventually 3 multiplied by minus 3 will give us minus 9. So we are good to go there. So we then have to divide this by our bottom expression. And when you look at the bottom expression, both parts have got x's. So we can pull out x, and in the parentheses, instead of x squared, we remain with 1x. And then instead of the 3x, we remain with minus 3. So clearly, you can now see that we are ready for simplifying this expression now further. So at the top, we have x minus 3, and at the bottom, we also have x minus 3. And that's about it. So this expression then becomes finally x plus 3 divided by x. And that will be our final answer. Right? Okay, now let's look at a second example. Let's have a squared minus 4a, and this is divided by a squared minus a minus 12. Again, we have to follow the example one operational order. Now, when we look at the top, this expression has got a squared here and a in the other part. So we can pull out a, and we will be left with a on one side and then minus 4. And then we look at the bottom expression. So here is, we have to factorize. We have to factorize a squared minus a minus 12. That is, we have to have two parentheses, which when multiplied together will give us back a squared minus a minus 12. Since we have a squared at the beginning from our previous lessons, we learned that both parentheses must have a's in there. And then here we have 12. So we look for two numbers which, when multiplied together, will give us 12. And then when we add them together, will give us negative 1. That's the coefficient for a here. And that seems to be 4 and 3. So 4 times 3 will give us 12, but we need negative 12. So uh, we have to have one as positive and the other one will be negative. But when we look at what we have here, before A is a negative. So the bigger value here, 4, must be given a negative sign, and then 3 is given a positive sign. So once we get to this point, again, it's time for us to simplify. So at the top, we have A minus 4, and at the bottom, we have A minus 4 also. So this finally gives us our answer as being A over A plus 3. So this will be our final answer. If this lesson helped you, don't forget to like, share with anyone you think needs it, and subscribe for more algebra made simple. And see you in the next lesson. And bye for now.